Today I have another really cool product for you to test, the Carlinkit FireDrive Link Pro. This is the successor to the very popular Carlinkit FireDrive Link, which I already introduced to you in another video. The video now has well over 130,000 views, so it's very popular with you all, and many of you have ordered the previous model and are very satisfied with it. Now you can comfortably watch Prime, YouTube, Netflix in your car, surf the internet, or connect your PlayStation or waipu TV stick to your vehicle. This product has received an important new feature that many people have been waiting for. So I'm excited to introduce it to you now, and as always in the video, I'll be doing the unboxing. We'll connect an Amazon Prime stick to the car, I'll connect to the Wi-Fi network with my smartphone, and we'll test everything together to see if it works as well as the previous model. And of course, I also have a discount code for you, which gives you 20% off when you buy the product. So just stay tuned, we'll get started right after the intro. Hi and welcome to Smart2 Drive. I'm really glad to have you with me again for a new video. Today I have the Carlinkit FireDrive Link Pro for you. As I said, this is the successor model. So to quickly sum it up again, what could the previous model already do? In the end, it was nothing more than a holder where you placed the Amazon Prime stick, the Amazon Fire TV stick, then connected it to the car, and you could use Amazon Prime, Netflix, YouTube, and browse the internet in your car. Browse and use all of that. All you needed in your car for this was Android Auto or Apple CarPlay with a wired connection. That's very important. Only then can you, of course, connect the stick to the car. But one weakness of the old FireDrive Link was that you couldn't use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay in parallel with it. That means when you had the stick connected to the car, you couldn't, for example, use Google Maps via your smartphone. And that's exactly where the new feature comes in now. The really big advantage, as you can see down here, is that this device now also has the ability to use Apple cables and Android Auto, and that's exactly what we're going to test together now. I'm really curious to see if it works. At this point, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up, and feel free to hype up the channel as well. After liking, you can hit the hype button, that would make me very happy. Also, share the video with friends and family so as many people as possible can see it, because this is truly a cool product. And if you click the bell and subscribe to the channel, you won't miss any more videos here. Accessory tests for cars, electromobility, vehicle reviews, you'll find all of that here. I would definitely be very happy about it. So now let's go ahead and unbox the device. By the way, it has 1080p resolution, so full HD resolution. By the way, you can also use the 4K stick with it, which is the successor to this stick. I still have the classic one here, the regular one, which is simply called Fire TV stick, but you can also use the Fire TV stick 4K with it. And you can also, for example, use a Vibe Boost stick or connect your PlayStation via HDMI. All of that is definitely possible with it. Because after all, it's really nothing more than an HDMI source that turns your CarPlay into an external HDMI source. So let's take a look at what's actually included in the accessory package. I'm going to open the box now. I haven't unpacked anything beforehand. I'm opening the device for the very first time right now. That means while we're chatting, I'm just going to try to show you everything, connect it, and set it up. It's actually very simple, so it should go pretty quickly. So what do we have here? We have an adapter from USB-C to USB-A. For everyone who has USB-C ports in their car, there's an adapter piece for that. And then we have two small bags here. These are basically the USB adapters you need so that the Fire TV stick gets power. Because the TV stick normally has a USB cable. You can see that here as well. Right, so basically USB. Micro USB to USB-C, and it comes in two versions. Depending on whether you have the new 4K stick or the previous model, you have both options available. So it will definitely fit either way. Just to quickly recap, here you have the HDMI port on the Fire Stick, and on the side you have a micro USB port. That's the one that's there so the stick can get power. So now we need power as well. Since you don't have a power cable with you, you'll need to get power from the car. Use the car's power, and that's why you need these little adapters. They're necessary so we can get power. So that's basically it. And alright, there's another cable here. Let's open that up as well. It should be a Y cable. Just like with the previous model, we have a Y cable here. On one side we have USB-C, hold on, let it focus, and then two cables branch off from there. They're actually two regular USB-A cables, as you can see here. One of the cables is labeled power. There's a sticker that says power. You just need to make sure to use this one to draw power from the car. And the other one is labeled communication. That's the one you use to connect to the USB port you normally use for CarPlay with a cable. If your car only supports wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, unfortunately this device won't work. Try it out. Connect your phone to the car with a USB cable. If that works, if CarPlay launches, then this stick will work too. This applies to almost every vehicle, but for example, it doesn't work with BMW and Mini Cooper. There are other devices for those cars which will work instead. Otherwise, there's also a user manual which is color illustrated and, as I can see, in English. Right, it's entirely in English. We won't need it here though, so let's go ahead and open the second small bag that's in this little box and take a look at what's inside. And that's where the actual device is. This is the actual FireDrive Link. It has an HDMI port on one side and a USB port here. And this is how the whole thing works now. So it's really easy. You just plug the Amazon Fire Stick in here at the bottom, push it in all the way, and here on the side you now have two USB ports. That's where these adapters go, the ones that come with it. One of the two that you get will fit. This one here, as you can see with mine, the cable connectors are a bit offset, and this one here is straight. So I need the other adapter. It's still in the bag here. And now I'll just slide it in like this. There we go, it works. Done, and you can see it. It's already connected. That means our stick is now getting its power from the FireDrive Link. It's power, and now we just need to connect the USB cable here. I'll do that right here now. By the way, I also brought an HDMI adapter from home. I think it was even included with the regular Amazon Fire Stick. If, for example, you have a waipu TV stick or something else that doesn't fit exactly here, you can just use this little adapter piece. Then you plug in the HDMI cable here, and you can use any other HDMI source you like, for example, the PlayStation or a waipu TV stick or something like that. So now, I'm just going to plug in this Y cable, the short piece that's up here now. The short piece goes in here now, and now the whole thing goes into the car. Now you basically connect the two USB parts you have. One is to supply power to the device, and the other is so the device can connect to CarPlay. So the one labeled connection, you plug that into your CarPlay USB port. You have to check. In my car, for example, only one of the two USB ports is actually for CarPlay, and the other one really just provides power. If you only have one USB port in your car, then you'll need to get a cigarette lighter adapter. That's not included in the package here, but it only costs about €2 on Amazon or so. You can buy one separately, and then you can use it to power the one labeled power via the cigarette lighter. So now I'll just plug in both USB connectors and we'll see if anything happens. I haven't tested it beforehand. Now I'm plugging in the connection. Ah, yes. And I can see right away that I only have one USB-A and one USB-C. That means I'll use this adapter for it now. I'm plugging in the power connector here, and then it gets its power via USB-C in my car. I'll show you here. This is what it looks like now. This is the adapter now. That's where it gets its power now. And here is the connection cable for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. All right, plugged in. The device is already glowing red now. We can see that there's power. And now something should actually happen. Yes, something is happening right away. So that's how it works now. Now here on this side you have CarPlay Android Auto, and on this side HDMI Cinema. So you can basically switch back and forth yourself and decide how you want to use the whole thing. If we now go to CarPlay, then Android Auto and Apple CarPlay should simply connect. Please use your mobile phone to connect to Bluetooth. Okay, now of course I first have to connect my smartphone. To do this, I'll go into the settings here, into the Bluetooth menu, and let's see if I can find a device. It should actually appear down here now. Somehow. Let's see, something's coming up. AutoKit, that's the one. Pairing. So then tap on pair. It's really easy. Here it already says it's active. Now my smartphone should actually ask, yes, exactly. Now you can already see on the display that something's happening. Permission request on the smartphone. Here I just tap on continue. Now I'm already in CarPlay. The music has already started playing. And now I can just use my CarPlay as usual via the icons here. So now I'm just in smartphone CarPlay as normal. Then let's go back now. To go all the way back, we go to our apps and select exit. That closes CarPlay and brings us back to our main menu. And now let's go to HDMI Cinema, and I'm curious to see if this works and how well it goes. Now the Fire Stick has turned on. We're now in the home menu and we need to connect the network settings here. Let me just check quickly. Here too it's a bit in widescreen again. It was the same with the previous model, but that's specific to the car again. I can also press this full screen button here, and up here I can go back to Android Auto and Apple CarPlay on the side. And this is something new that's been added, it wasn't there before. And I think that's cool. If you don't want the image to be stretched out so wide, you can just use this mode. And then it's simply in a smaller window. Which one you prefer is something you'll have to decide for yourself. Alright, now I'll go to network settings. And now I basically just need to connect the device, meaning the Fire Stick itself, to my smartphone's Wi-Fi hotspot so it can get internet access. To do this, we go to the smartphone settings, select personal hotspot and activate it. Up here, portable hotspot. You can set up the hotspot and then you can also set a password up here. Of course, you'll need to enter that here now. Alright, the hotspot is activated. Now I just need to find my smartphone here. It should show up any moment now. Up there we can now see Poco X6. Just a moment. Connected. We're now directly connected to the hotspot and can basically get started right away. Now I just go back here and the internet connection should establish itself. Now the screen loaded immediately after the internet connection was established. And now we can see the different apps here. We can now open Prime Video, Netflix, YouTube, the ARD app, and we can browse the App Store. So everything you can do with your regular stick, you can now do here as well. I'll just go ahead and start a movie now so we can see what it looks like and how well it works. So now I'll just pick any random movie on Prime Video, for example, since I'm already logged in there anyway, and just start a movie. Alright, the movie is already starting and the sound is coming from the car speakers. You can see I can also use the steering wheel remote to turn the volume up and down. I'll just turn it down really low now. So let's see how well it works. Yes, it started and the picture quality looks good too. HD works well, I'd say. Of course, we can also switch it to widescreen now. And this is what it looks like in full screen. Oh cool, now I've tried out the full screen mode. I'd say no, it's not stretched any wider. Oh, actually, now it does make it wider. But I think if I press it again, I can even select different formats here. That would be cool. Now it's stretched horizontally. Now it made it small. Now it's back to large format, but not stretched horizontally, more upwards as well. You do lose a bit of the image at the top and bottom, but it actually looks pretty cool. It's cooler than with the previous model, because back then it was always just stretched horizontally. So in that regard, really cool. So it works well, the movie runs smoothly, and I'd say the picture quality is really excellent. What do you think? I definitely think this is a way you can watch a movie. The cool thing is you can also switch with the remote control in the car. That means, for example, you can also let the kids in the back. The kids can then switch between their channels themselves. What doesn't work is controlling Prime via the touchscreen. The stick has nothing to do with that, it's only connected via HDMI. Either way, you definitely need the remote control. I hope you enjoyed the video and that I was able to show you another cool product here on the channel. If so, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. And if you subscribe to the channel and activate the little bell, check the video description if you want to buy the product. There you'll find the link and my discount code. But you'll also find many other links, like how to find the cheapest car insurance, for example. All of that comes with tutorial videos and so on. So feel free to take a look below if you're interested. And I'd be happy if we see each other again next time. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Take care and bye-bye.